Well, I was confused too once upon a time. But I'm going to tell you this. If we all was broken, and we all was, right? They said when you come in, you won't get lost. Once you get to age 5, you start going to school. You get out your parents' house, and you're going to school. You're being trained so they can teach you how to work for a world that works against you. Now, listen to me carefully. For all those, this is not about religion or going against anybody or saying who religion is wrong or right. I don't care about none of that because none of it is right and all of it has been wrong. Now, that doesn't mean that the vessels that's been going to the house is wrong. What I'm saying is, if the house is being taught in an infectious way where it's being used to manipulate the word of the Most High to confuse the ones that is looking for help to live a righteous life. You try to follow me, see where I'm going with this. If everybody in our neighborhoods and how we grew up, it was a storm show. They use all kinds of things, drugs, anything you could think about, sex, alcohol, all kinds of diseases, anything that they can conjure up. Okay, so if we all broken, which we all was, if we broken people, and they make churches like how they do liquor stores on each corner, right? If the broken, no matter what city or state or country, all the books, it doesn't matter what religion you want to call yourself. I'm just saying, follow me. If we all broken and they made these houses and they put the word of God, right? And then they said, this is the house. This is for the people that was broken. You should come as you are in your lowest state, right? Okay. Now, think very carefully. So when I say it should, I'm hoping it just open up your mind, give you a bond burst of intelligence so you can use sense and stop being common. Follow. If the whole world was deceived by the spirit of the wickedness to deceive the masses, which is us, and it came to deceive the whole world. Do you know what the whole world is? Okay. That means every country, culture, it can impregnate itself into. That's what it is. I came to deceive the whole world. People, my beloveds, where would this enemy go to deceive the world? What place would it go to? What would it have to be to gather the multitude together, us together, to be able to affect our mind, to forget who we are, and to say we must be obedient to who? Well, let's listen. We would have to if we run it somewhere and we all broken up, we've been abused, molested, all kinds of everything you could think of that's in the mess bowl. And we go to the place where it said it came to deceive the whole world. Why is it that none of us wake up and say, we got to stop going to the churches and stop going to their schools? Where would the deceivers go? Surely they would hide behind the word of God. They put it on a dollar bill. In God we trust. They put it in their courts. In God we trust. They lie on the Bible, on the Holy Bible, and say, I take my right hand, I promise to tell the truth and nothing, whatever. So they do all that. And guess what? Blasphemy. Blasphemy. I come to deceive the whole world. Where would broken people run to that would not be deceived? Think about it. Do they really want us to know who we are? Or do they want us to stay asleep? When you find out that you are your own conscience, you are your own, this is our story, we are the Bible stories, and this is our days. I don't know if it's the last, but I'm going to tell you, it's the last for the wicked. And I'm going to tell you, it's only two sides. It's two. You got two in you. It's two gods. We got the righteous God in us, and then we got the worldly God, which is our flesh, with the things we desire and care about. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm not by any means saying, well, do you not do anything wrong? Do you not have any imperfections? I do, but that doesn't make us not perfect, my people. Please stop. I want us to understand that saying that because we make mistakes, that doesn't make us perfect. It's incorrect. Because the Most High said we are correct. If your spirit is right, your heart is clean, and so is your hands. What else would make you an imperfect being? These are the things that qualify us to be a perfect being, because we don't have malicious intent. We were not going out to deceive or hurt anyone. We wouldn't mislead anyone. We wouldn't be a false witness. We wouldn't tell our children or anyone to go astray. These are qualifications to help us to change our lingo for telling ourselves that we're imperfect because we make mistakes, and that is how we learn. The other ones, is it a mistake if you intentionally do it and you know who you're going after? If you know who you tried to deceive, can you call it a mistake or a mishap? Well, I didn't know better. Nobody didn't tell me. What if someone did? Did you even try to listen? I noticed a lot of times the Lord would talk to me. And there was times that I would say, Lord, are you talking to me? And can still recognize and still not heed. Like you know something and you're trying. I'm gonna say not to heed on purpose, but I'm gonna tell you something, my beloveds. Be careful. Be very careful of knowing who you are and who you serve. Who is your contender? Who would you surrender? And when you surrender it, be careful who you surrender to. If you surrender to a being that you feel have more strength than you, or out of lust, you got people that hung around. Family is our first example of learning whom and who not to trust. After you get beat up after a while, it ain't gonna start like that. Everything is cool long as you down. Now, for all the ones that started, they call us the black sheep or whatever you want to call it, the ones that's be struggling in the family, but we're not really struggling. It's just other people energies that's making it harder for you, because now they see that you're ready to do something about you. You're ready to take care of you because you had times in your life where you wasn't able to do it for yourself. So these are the times where everybody is helpful and you have everybody around smiling. Oh, I help you. You can come here, or you always call on me, girl. I can always help you. And then you get the man, baby, I got your back. We in this together. Okay? So what I'm saying is, you got love bombers, you got narcissists, you got people that gonna come in your life on all types of grounds, and sometimes you get the one where, like myself, we can think that we had the one, and it don't be the one for you. They can't enjoy nothing about you. You're different. You're peaceful. They live a reckless life. I started off kind of seemed like I was like that, but my spirit was always different. I was always made to be right. I was never able to harm or hurt someone intently. No, that wasn't my spirit. But people think that, oh, everybody is the same. Everybody made mistakes. Everybody is this, and everybody still got some flaws. No, everybody don't have flaws. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, everybody don't have flaws. Pardon me. I don't know what happened. I gotta pop up. Okay. Everybody have, when I say everybody don't have flaws, everybody don't have flaws to hide. Everybody's not living in some glass or whatever, living in a closet and got it strapped up with tape, all kinds of things, and glue, because we don't want nothing to come out. When you live a more free way, and you're not ashamed to say what you've been through, where you came from, and what those things made of you, then you would not take it so hard at life throwing challenges at you. It's made to challenge us, because if we don't, how would you know what's your next step and what you're capable of? Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you're challenging people and you're looking to see how far you could go to get past somebody else, you're already going to lose. You already lost. You're not focused. You already missed the reason why you were supposed to stay on course. You have to focus on you. Because if you don't focus on you, the world is vast. It got a lot of things in it, a lot of distractions, a lot of this, that. You will have to be the only one to focus on yourself. Even if you're doing wrong or what, it doesn't matter. You take an account of yourself so you could see where you need to critique and structure yourself. I'm just telling you what I did. These are the things that I did. I used myself as I was my own therapist. If somebody else had the same issue I had and they was talking to me about it, and I'm listening to what the problem is, and I'm hearing what would I do and what would I tell myself. Now, if you're a truthful person, I wouldn't be thinking about telling myself. I'm thinking this is somebody else's problem. I need to think of a solution. Everybody's not capable of doing that, so I wouldn't advise you. That's not for everybody. So everybody pick where they fit and do what works for you. I like to do what works for me freely. I believe going to the one, the creator that created all things. And when I say creator, it's many creators. You cannot be a creator if you don't think that you're a person that's meant to create. I thought I had to burp. Why I say that? Women are the creators. So let me take you there. This is called lessons. So this is what it is. As we go, the challenge of life is to see how we grow. We are made to evolve. We're supposed to evolve. We're supposed to challenge ourselves, not just for the world, and say, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? What kind of job you want to have? You can have them. I'm not saying not to go out for them. And what I'm saying is, what do you choose to go after? Be mindful to go after with a purpose. That's what I'm saying. We need to have a purpose of why we here. What is it that we want to leave behind? What is it that we want people to know about us while we're here? You don't have to be famous to the world. You need to be famous to yourself and the people that love you. And everybody don't love us. So what's the thing with that? It's to learn just how I learned. All the people that I was around, I didn't know at first that everybody is a spiritual being. Everybody has their own spiritual gifts. And when I say that, I'm going to be plain so you can understand what it is. So you don't get confused. Your intuition, your feelings, your inner gut, the things you can't see or touch, those ones they don't talk about. The things that you can smell, but it's not. Okay, the things that you can't see. You need your intuition. You need your heart chakras. You need all 7 of them. It's a whole lot of them, but those are the main ones that give you the whole event, that can get your body in line, keep your mind open. You need your third eye. You need to be able to see where the things that's not being able to be seen in the physical. Can you see in the background, or do you know the ones that do? What you know to listen to them? If they say, I see some things, be careful. I'm warning you. Don't do that. There's trouble up ahead. I think you should go the other way. Now, so they're telling somebody that, right? And they looking at you. Who made you qualified? Why you gotta? Some will listen, some won't. And some get bitter and hateful because you're saying something that sounds ahead of time. How do you know? Well, who do you think is letting me know? Is it I, or is it the one that gave all the blessings where the blessings flow? Now, how you use it going to determine which way your life going to go. It's up to you. You can't say everybody had an even ground. So those that I sat around, I started to learn that these are people that had something that was missing, whether it was love, companion, they needed a friend, whatever it was. I was in the midst. So I shared my energy. I didn't know I was sharing. I just was sharing me, just being around, laughing, inspiring, uplifting the ones that I said I cared about. Didn't know that as I grew confident in myself because of what I came from and what I've been through, burials, 3 at a time, 1 year after the next, 3 in a row. I stood still stood, 10 toes down. I'm still standing. I'm still here. Whatever it is, even since my youth, as a baby, I was not supposed to be here, so I'm a miracle. I don't know if it's a miracle or just the favor of the Most High that I'm able to share and talk to you. And say, well, why you always, I know you got another side. The best side I have is my peaceful side. You don't want to see the other side. It's unnecessary unless you're doing something where you need to see it. It's not that nice. It's not, it's a little different. So I don't mess around where I got to cause pain because I don't like it. I endured it. I felt it. I know what it is. I know what anger is. I know what the enemy is. And on top of that, let me clear something up, my people, because we say the devil is bad. No, it's not. You know who's bad? Is the opposite ones that works for it, because the ones that work for it, those are the bad ones. You see, because we have a choice. We can either serve the beast of our flesh, our treasures. It's going to send people that's going to test us on our weakness and say, what's your weakness? Let me see how far I can get you down. I didn't know I was standing and being around Eastern stars and warlocks and shit. Either way, I said, well, what kind of, I was like, how did I get here? How could I not know this? Well, I'll tell you this. It's okay, because sometimes the Lord don't let you notice certain things, but you protect it. So just be grateful that it's something. It's not something that is a power that's greater than you, that is over you and that protective you, and that watches over you. And he got a whole galactic federation that stands for you. What and whom shall you be afraid of? Those that got lying and they can't tell the truth and they scared and all that, listen, you could say that's a good person. Feared people, scared people cannot resonate on the side where the Most High is functioning on that level. After you come from a certain way of living and thinking, now you are your own thinker. You are whatever it is. You don't have to have everything. You don't need to have a lot of money. If you don't have a lot of friends, if you have no friends, if you got one, if you don't even got one, but you still got one because you got one that watches over you and you can still speak to that one. Say, Lord, help. I am confused. I'm desolate. I feel broken. I'm lost. Everybody ran away from me. Whatever it is, call on that one. It will make sense because it will speak to you in your spirit if you won. And everybody left. They not there. They betrayed you in whatever kind of way. And you still got me. Do you think that I will separate myself from myself? If I made you and anything else that came from me, why would I take them away? And why would you cry if they're missing? If I distorted something, why won't you trust that I'm in your own interest and I made you to go my own best way? You're supposed to be for me. If they go against you, that goes against me, then surely they can't be friends of you if they are mad at me. To get angry with the Most High, I mean, people will say they ain't angry with you, but no. It's unbelievers that don't believe why they should be believers. Believers are what? I don't believe. What are you saying? A non-believer will mimic, will mirror you, will study you. Men or women, family, distant cousins, relatives, if they're around you and they watch you, see your ways, and they figure they got you all figured out. I don't understand these people. But I mean, these beings, these spirits, these entities. So why waste time getting upset with people? These ones, these energies, when I know they're being used. What I'm saying is, once you understand who you going up and who the people that you got to learn from, if you don't learn your assignment, it's going to be much harder and more difficult for you. I'm going to tell you off the bat. It is not going to make sense to you. But if you're looking at where your spirit is at, and if you raise your conscience and your mind is open, you're not easily to be misled, and you're not easily to be misguided because you looked at something and you can't use discernment. So I speak to you. I will not tell you to Google anything. Use your own discernment. It's up to you. I use life. Why? Because we all lived it, and you can't go wrong with it because we know somebody that experienced it if it's not ourselves. You see how that go? I love us enough to be strong. I love us enough to get through life without thinking that everything has to be perfect. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to know everything that I need to know to be able to tell my people whatever it is that the Lord said. The Lord spoke to me and said, baby, didn't use that. Just said, listen, don't go to church. I'm not there. I'm everywhere you at. I'm everywhere you at. I'm in you. Everywhere you at and everywhere you go, that's where I'm at. Tell everyone, make it simple, make it plain. Now, that's it. That's it. I'm not going to tell nobody else not to go there, but I'm going to tell you what the Lord said. Now, I don't know what everybody else is listening to, because the Lord said we all know that we got deceived. So who's deceiving us? Okay, I know it sounds like, but you said the devil is not bad. Okay, his job is to get the deceivers, the ones that's come into our life to deceive, that come into the world to do trickery, because it needs to get past something. It needs to get over. It needs to take the shortcut. The Lord said, if you do it my way, I shall sustain you for all your days. Favor, mercy, grace, peace shall follow you all your days. Nobody wanted to try it. You didn't want to see if it's real. Let me believe that whatever I'm going through, the Lord can heal. I believe. I said, well, if I'm broken, and these are the people that broke me, and you sent someone that wasn't sent for you, but it was sent, you knew who was coming to me, and this person was sent to break me. Surely, how could this be happening to me? And I said, well, listen, I got it. Makes sense. If you're the right one, then why wouldn't the right one, a stronger one, come for the strongest one? It makes sense. So you get someone to hurt someone, and if they meant to break you, then you think about it. So can this person break me? If I didn't do anything wrong. So why would I let somebody else break me if I'm not breakable and I didn't do anything to be broken? Then you should feel your strength grow within your system of your, between your heart and in your conscience of your mind, and everything is working, it's clicking. So if you did nothing wrong, you claim nothing. And if you did nothing, you don't need to say nothing. But if you must, then you say the truth, and you let that speak, and you let that stand for you. If you can't say nothing, and if you know that you speak the truth, who else do you need to mimic or persuade someone to be? Oh, you want to be like me? I look like this. You want to try to get? Oh, I'm jealous of this one. I don't even understand what that is. But I'm gonna tell you what I did gather. To be envious or jealous of another being is a dishonor to yourselves. That means that you could not find not one thing or enough to nourish, to even care, or to say, I love anything about myself. If you have to change and you have to look a certain way, you need different types of hair to make you feel a certain way. Well, I got this hair where I'm not saying I never wore them, I call them hair hats, but I appreciate my own beauty. So I don't mind to wear that. It's a beautiful thing to honor what the Most High gave you, what we was born as. Because if you change yourself to anything else, and then you say, Lord, help, I need you. Can you talk to me? I need to solve some things out because I did some body works and it didn't quite work out. What? I don't even know you. Because if you didn't change for the Lord, for the Creator, and been happy with the way that you was made, so other people can embrace you the way that you are, even if you say, "Well, I got a hearing problem, or whatever our imperfections are." My body got this. I don't have a big butt. I don't have big chest. I don't look like this. Oh, this one is love. Oh, how come you love this one more than me? What does she do? How come this one is special than me? How come, what do he do? Well, when you're worrying about somebody else, if somebody else loves someone, let them love them. You can't make somebody else love somebody by you wanting to be with somebody that's already feeling for somebody else. Their feelings are generated for that person, and that person feelings generated to that person. If it's reciprocated, then it would be both ways. I learned that if a man leaves, especially if a men and women that is confused, please follow me. These are all the things that could get us off track in this world, because the enemy can't use you unless you got an attribute that it can use. If you got any of those things, or I'm a home wrecker, or I don't care, I like to do this, and you a nitpicker. You like one of those people that like to be a snake. You like to be on a snakely on both sides. You want to see how sneaky and slide you are. You get you get an adrenaline rush off of that. Good, get it, because when you do it, you're gonna come across the wrong one that you shouldn't do that to, and you didn't need to be that way with. What happens when you come across the real one that you can't manipulate, and you can't just play around like you used to? You're like, oh, I remember when I used to get over on you. Remember I used to take advantage of you? Like, yeah, those was the days. You're like, yeah, I remember. Now I can't do that to you. Like, no, you can't. So now what? Now I gotta flee from you. I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna. It takes too much work to be a kind man and to be a kind woman, or to be uplifting someone to say, why can't you be better than you? You don't want a strong woman or a strong man to tell you that you could be better than what you was. You don't have to stay heartbroken. You don't have to let somebody tell you that you're not nobody because you did some things and you used to do, or you are a certain way. If you're willing to change, then you are a person that's willing to be on their spiritual side. There ain't too many people on this side at this time in life. I'm not saying it's not spiritual people in the world. What I'm saying is it's not too many. It's not none that's having a spiritual warfare between many at this time, that says somebody got to stand up for us. Somebody got to say that we the ones. We are the righteous one. We don't have to do things crusty, or going underneath the moon and wish things and do. People, stop doing these things. I got to hit this. This is another segment, but before I go into that, I'm going to just say this. This life could be confusing. It can. Only if it's confusing to you. Once it's not confusing, then you can't be confused, because you're not confused by the things that you're going to go up against. Excuse me. So what I'm saying is, life is a challenge. So challenge it. It's going to come. Wait till it happens. It doesn't matter who you use. If look, you could choose to use it the way you want. I look at it like this. If life is a challenge, I'm going to challenge what life is going to do. Whatever situation is going to throw at me. And when it comes, I deal with it accordingly. Life is going to tell you when it comes up to it what you need to do, whether you need to speak to someone, go down the road, or make a U-turn, turn a block, drive over here, talk to this one, whatever it is, it's going to give you some description. It's going to give you a plan. It's going to give you something that you need to go off. In that case, don't worry. Now, for the people itself that's doing it, do I worry about the people that's causing the trouble, or worry about solving the problem and dismissing the people? Because I mean, you could get mad, you could get angry, you could get even and say, "Oh, you're making my life hard." Or it's better to know who you are. If you're doing something against this one, you're gonna give yourself a hard time. I'm not gonna tell you that if I do, then you should listen. If not, okay, oh well. Everybody is here to learn, and some people's here with a purpose. We don't have to have a bigger purpose than anybody else, but you have to be your own purpose, so you can know which way you need to go. If you don't pay attention to the things that happen and the orders that happen in your life, then you cannot see what you're being used for and what you were supposed to be, what part and position you're supposed to play. Everybody had a chance and a turn to change their life around. Well, how do you do that? Where do you start? You start by looking at everything that wasn't going good in your life. Look back at some things you might want to change. You might want to correct. You might need to speak up for yourself. You might need to walk away. Disassociate yourself from some things and people and places. You might need it to go to people and places. You might need some people and things in your life. Everybody needs something different. So stay in your own lane. Pay attention to the things that happen. Now, people that had a bad start with their parents, or somebody, a guardian or caregiver didn't protect you, or you was molested in any type of way. So I'm gonna tell you. So whatever those things happen, to get upset with those people because they was misguided, those are spirits that taking over that person. That's not a natural state of mind to protect their loved ones or a child. Why wouldn't you protect them? Why would you hurt them? So it's some adults that does that. That's not a righteous being. These are other entities that is into that mind. And if you're not strong enough to pray them out, then you should safely remove yourself, because those entities can be very harmful. And when they get angry, these are not regular people. These are demonic beings that can be spooky, vicious people. I don't know. They're not people. These are otherworldly beings. If you're not intact and you don't know yourself, you should not want to be entertained by any one of these things. They come nice. They sit with you. They learn you. They ask you questions. But they're not really there for you. You don't really go out with them nowhere. They're not really there to support you. But they want you around. But they're not really around for you. They're just around to see everything that's connected to you. So after you got to be a person like myself, I said, oh, this is how this go. Okay. Then you get to know it's not changing who you are. Don't change your love. Don't you change who you give it to. Some people is not deserving of everything that we are made of. And because we are conscious beings and we care, and I'm a caring person, yes, and I'm loyal. I'm fair. I believe in being fair and balanced. If I'm fair to you, you gotta be fair to me. If I'm respectful to you, you gotta be respectful to me. You gotta be. It's not, well, what if I don't want to? You are going to, whether you know it or like it or not. I don't got to fight with you. I'm going to let you go ahead, and you're going to figure it out. That life is not going to be so kind because you wasn't kind. So if you don't want to be respectful, then you are going to get everything that you are putting out. And whatever you don't want for someone else, you don't want them to be happy, expect for yourself to have that same thing. You are putting out hatred or negativity. To be loving or kind or nurturing, you should want that. If you can't find it in your bones, in your spirit, because you're thinking about, what about, well, what about what people's going to think of me? What about my, what's the thing people care about? Not their personality. Um, It'll come to me. I think y'all know what I'm saying. Like people care. Oh, they reputation. Well, I care about what people think of me, what they're gonna say. Listen, if you wasn't an imposter, if you live your life where you unapologetic, if you could own it, then own it. If you was wrong and crazy at a time and you thought like that, I thought I needed to chase this man because he was like that. Listen, no man and no natural woman will want another man or woman to chase after them because they can't settle down and they can't figure it out. If you can't figure it out, it's because you don't know who you are. You don't know which way of the side of the fence you want to be. That's why it's important to pick and to know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, other people could confuse you. They'll come with a different type of lifestyle, get you entangled in something, and before you know it, you are all the way back down the drain. I had two choices. I knew if somebody's taking somebody else down the wrong way, and I seen that you was trying to do it to me, and I'm like, if I keep following you, I'm not gonna follow you, dude, because I know that where you going is hell. There, it's no peace. So when people think about heaven and hell, you can have peace on earth, or you can have hell on earth. How you choose to live and treat others is how you treat yourself. What you wish on others is what you wish for yourself. Please understand, it's not the opposite way. This is a universal law and it has more weight than any other doctrine or any other law that they put out here. The universal law will always stand and is sufficient for all and governs all rules of the land and all the worlds on this universe, on this planet. Nothing else is going to solidify, and it's our time as chosen to wake up to our true self. No, we can be forgiven for those that is genuine. Those everything is not to be forgiven, my beloveds. Now, well, God said to forgive. We have to. Who made that up? Because if some when we didn't do the right thing, we got disciplined. I mean, we didn't do the right thing, so we had to go on punishment. It's not, well, I told the truth, mom or dad, or I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it again. You still got punished because I want to make sure you don't do it again. But because you did the act, you have to go through the repercussions of our actions. That is the same thing with the Most High. Just because you got people that think, well, I just stopped doing it for 2 years. Well, it's been 5 years or 10 years. I'm not doing it no more. Okay, did you close the door? Did you try to mend that fence? Did you try to make peace as you went along? If any that is open, as many as we cause harm, and we just keep traveling life, and we like, oh well, life is going good. I'm protected by who? This world. You went and joined forces in the cults or whatever it is, these covenant, and you make a covenant oath and don't have no idea. If you join anything that got to take you and yourselves and your family line out, and you got the nerve to be jealous and bitter, you should have been the first person you take out. That's why they want people like you. You're confused, you can't use your intuition, and you gave up your birthright. How is that? I went into the industry. I'm a singer. I'm this. I'm whatever you want to be. I'm a music artist. I'm a dentist. I went to school. I got my degree. For who? I'm, my ones. I'm not try to put nobody down. I went to school. I wanted to get their degrees at a time like 2013, 14. I was not awoken at those times, but I was on my way. What I'm saying is, after I realized, after I get these things and all the accolades and all the trophies that we get, whether you was a racer or you was a runner, or you was somebody that was a coach, or you played on a basketball, football team, whatever you did, and you get your trophies. I was excited. Yes, I have a wonderful son. He's very athletic. But after we get these things and I'm watching, I said, what other part to life after you get a career? You said, well, I want a career. I want to get these things. I want a car. I want a house. And after you get these things, so you get them. Then what? Then I'm just saying, when the Lord said, what have you done for me? When we asking the Lord and we praying and we thanking and we saying we grateful, and you said, Lord, have I done anything to honor you? And if it's all for the world and for your families, and to be the first one to say I did something, and to have people to marvel after you, if you didn't do anything to aspire that one to listen, I'm just saying, these things that we do, or you said, well, I went to feed the homeless, I make sure I help people. That is what we're supposed to do. If we stuck on those principles, stick to those principles, just giving, helping the ones that need, that is in need of assistance, wherever that assistance is. Everybody don't need to eat. Everybody don't need food. Some people just need some ear to listen. Some people just need support. Somebody just needs to be put on. Somebody know that this person is good for it. This person is a good friend. I'll vouch for this one. I'll stand up for this one. This one will fight for me. I'll fight for that one that fight for me. If the Lord is all these things that we say that we want in our life, a friend, and all these good things that we say the Lord is, and we don't think that we should example any of those attributes that the Lord said that it is, and you to say down here that we believers, how are you a believer and believe that you cannot be as strong as the vessel or the spirit that gave you life, that said, I gave you everything, dominion in this life. I asked you to speak. Why wouldn't you speak for me? Why wouldn't you fight for me? And say, well, the Lord don't need nobody to fight for it. That is incorrect too. Can the Lord do all things by himself? Yes, but guess what? Why would he make his own people? And why would he make us if we're not going to represent for it? Why wouldn't you fight for a life that fights for you? Why wouldn't you be to straighten up your life in a better way? I don't have to be perfect. I'm working on my own areas as well as I speak. So is it a challenge? Yes, it's a challenge every day, as well as it is, as I'm saying, for others. But how I did it, I healed myself from all atrocities. Because if you have none and you only got one, I said, well, the Lord made me the best one. I watched it, put me in different situations, and everybody was there, but nobody wanted to pick up the slack. Nobody wanted to join in. So if you did not, please don't ask the Lord to give you anything if you did nothing to put in. Well, I've worked all my life. Okay. And you did what with it? Well, I took care of my family. I brought food. I partied. I traveled. I did it with the people I wanted to do it with. Did you do it for the ones that I sent to you? Was you good to the ones that was good to you? Did you care about the ones that was kind to you? Or did you bully the ones that I sent to you? Did you hate me instead? Because I sent someone to love you. And I said, I love you this way. Why would you run away from me? Why would you listen to those that would tear you away from me? Why would you go away from me? Why would you close your eyes and put earplugs in your ears so you wouldn't hear me? Many of us have fit those descriptions. If we think that hanging with the bad boys or hanging in the in crowd, because those are the ones that's accepted, and if we're not accepted by the it crowd, then we are nobody. I'd rather be a nobody to those ones that thinks that everybody thinking the same way and going the wrong way, doing all ungodly things with our mind and our bodies, and messing around with spirits and different things, and messing around with witchcraft, spell work, and people. I had love spells worked on me. I had death spells worked on me. I also had um, everything worked on me from every avenue that you could think of. From the first house to the 12th house to whatever house it is, whether it's in your business life, your love life, my work life, health, and wealth. All of those things, your mental equilibrium, and all of these things that was being charged to me every 7 years of my life. And you say, well, how come you can still smile? How come you can still have love? How come you not broken down by the things that was put on you from your youth? Because I, I don't let things affect me to the fact that if I could still move, I could still breathe, I could still walk, I'm going to find a way. If this way is blocked, I may not can see right away, but I know that it's one that can. I know that one that always did it and always had, I was always protected. So when you know that you are, and you said you watch yourself be in places that you couldn't protect yourself, but you see where every place that the Lord put you, in the shelters I went, and I watched all 3 times, and within the 2 years, I'm covered. The Lord put me in a place where it's safety. Should you not be able to rest assured in that if you looking at your life and you following along your life and you seeing that what the Lord did for you, and you see all the people that He kept you around, they were safe too. What did you have to learn? I had to learn discipline. In myself, I had to learn boundaries. So He gave me a tough one. No, did I have a journey? I did. And I when I look back, I said, well, I think everybody that's a part of my story, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know as much as I know about me, that people can be so vindictive, where they can be so heartless, but they don't want you to smile. They don't even want you to have light in your eyes. They don't want you to have nothing because they want your life. They want the promise that was already made for you, because you was already made to be whoever you said you are, that whatever I said I am, I am. Otherwise, why would I say I am? If I if I wasn't, I wouldn't say I am. And I'm not going to be somebody that I'm not. I love who I am. I love everything about me. It's important for me to say that to the unbelievers and people that's out there, to love yourself thoroughly. This is not an act. How can you tell when somebody's putting on an act? Because they're faking. And you could tell fakers. I'd rather just be me. I'd rather to tell you, the more that we put on ourselves, the more we hurt and the more we deceive. The more we deceive and hurt ourselves. If we go into a camp, the world already telling us to deceive is already deceiving us. It already told us to go against ourselves. It told us to go against God. It don't even have God in the world. It do all the things that goes against our godly human rights, the one that the Most High said, the way we should live. Why are we doing the opposite? And why is it so hard to come together with someone that's speaking intelligent and saying, you know what, we're right, we should stick together. If whether it's the president or whatever, and they saying, look, these are the things that's going to change, should not make us more conscious to say, you know what, use our platforms to say we must help support each other, the righteous ones of us. It will, and it's going to be a separation, because low dimensional beings that cannot elevate and don't see why they should change. They want to stay in the system that is currently in change. And then it's still it's going. When it said Babylon is falling, listen, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Go read Revelations 14 so you can see. Listen, everybody should see themselves in that book. And if you're not in the book, I don't know where you at, but you should be able to read. If you are Daniel, you should be able to read. If you are Moses or any one of those type, to see where you're going. If you live this life right, and only sufficient pleasure is to give your life to the Most High, which is yourself, in the righteousness of yourself, so you could represent a power that walks in righteousness and you operate in that same light. How would it be that somebody that was desolate and broken and that you overcame would make you confused and make you go backwards to being broken. If it deconfused you and you came out of confusion, you raised your vibrations, you learned how to love and think positive. You speak positive, so you give freely in that way. You are here to inspire, and to uplift. That's what I do. I like that. I'm not here to take life, but it was one that's connected to all the wrong ones. We got good vessels out here. There's a lot of us that's good, and we end up getting caught out there. Doesn't matter if you get caught. If you got caught out there, that doesn't matter. If you scarred up and abused, come to the one that can rescue you, that can heal you, that can change you and uplift you and make you brand new. So the ones that saw where you came from, that can't be you. Who did that for you? Somebody rescued you. You robbed somebody, or somebody took you under their wing. You met somebody rich, or you did something. Why can't it be that your faith was sufficient to your cries? Let me tell you, my people, if you ever cried, if you're going through something, count it. Be grateful for it, especially if you didn't cause it. But if you did, that's a different story. You got some, listen, you need to correct some things. That's what it is. Take accountability. Everything is not about dying. But if you wishing some things on someone that is uncalled for and it's not permitted, and it's no permission, it's not warranted, especially in the spiritual realm, please stop wishing things on someone, on people that you don't have no idea who and what they are and what they mean to their loved ones here and out of here. Okay? That's behind the scenes. They can see everything and they watching us like how we watch the TV screen. The same way we go to the movies and be like, no, don't go that way, girl. He gonna kill you. Or he lying. Yo, oh man. Dude, get out the way. Homegirl is cheating on you. She don't got no good heart for you. I'm just saying, the same way how we watch, they watch us. And they be yelling, we can't hear because we don't have our spiritual ears on. We're not spiritually inclined with our spiritual heart. You have to have those things open. Those that go into the other side. Now, I'm going to go into the other side. So please listen, because I'm going to explain very quickly and nicely. The other side is the world side of you, okay? That's the side that you want to do all the things. You want to screw. You want to go to the, you into porn. You into all these things that we were not supposed to be into. I'm just saying these are some of the things that I came out of. I didn't do everything, but that's not the point. I came out of some of those things. So when you look back, I can see these are the enemies where the enemy laid his traps. So if we're paying attention to some of these things, let me slow down so I can run it back. The enemy sets its traps. So it's plenty of room for us to be entertained. If we entertained by the things of the world that said this is joy, it's nice, but these things bring us pain. They take away your loved ones, but they give you change, and you get to be approved for the world. The whole world get to see you, but the ones that was riding for you, you took them out because you rather to have fame for the world, to gain the world, but to lose your soul. Do you know what that is? That's your birthright. Your birthright is what we was born as. It's who we was born to be. That means that all the gifts and all the things that naturally that God gave us with our natural abilities gets taken away when you go into the industry. Now they say, well, when I say the industry, the world stage, it's not just the music, it's not just food, it's whatever it is that could get you on the stage, and you got to know somebody to get pulled in, to know somebody to get to know you. But when you know the Lord knows everybody. Who does the Lord not knows and can get you to be close to? I don't know, but he got a miraculous way. All I know is to do is to trust that I did the right thing. I lived for the Lord, to give much heart to many. I knew I had enough love to give, so I give it to many as I want to receive. I don't want all love. I want people to treat me, to give me everything. So I'm going to give everything I have to those. If somebody needs help, so those that I can I can help. Use discernment. It's not to go in the corner. Somebody, why you don't go in the corner and preach? No, everybody's not meant to walk in the street and get bombarded and get picked off. And that's how people get that, because they go walking in the street. There's many different methods. I'm not saying to knock nobody. I'm saying what we were supposed to pick up, learn the message so we could keep going with it, not lose faith and heart, because somebody was supposed to be our anchor. Somebody was supposed to be our leader. Somebody's supposed to lead us some way. Where's our leader? We need a leader, Lord. We need a leader. So you want a leader? Okay. Yeah, you're some most disrespectful people. Yeah, I'm just telling you how the Lord sees when we don't see the goodness that is already made, and why we don't appreciate nothing that was already made. And the authority there, he said, if anything goes against me, why is that not enough for us to say, you know what? Why are we paying or doing things that goes against us? Why would I hang? If your brother or your sister is a problem, put them out. What I am saying is, if it's a spiritual war, and it is, then spiritually warmind yourself to know that whomever, we ain't talking about babies that can't defend themselves. Don't we talking about people that could go in and out? They're able to stay out, sleep out overnight. They can do things. Those ones, whether they're a teenager, if they're old enough to do that, and they got principles and leeways, and they can do all those things. That's what I'm talking about. If those ones come to be a destruction, and they don't wish you no good, and you find out that they're doing things to hinder or to harm your life, those people cannot be your peoples that they go against God, because if you operating in the most high spirit, and that spirit is there to chop you down or to make you stumble, then surely they can't be good kin to you. I'm going to say, watch them. Everybody don't know what to do. I don't have to know everything, but I do know how to pray, and I do use what you have. We have dominion. I got authority. You got power in your words. You got power. Speak. I gave you things to see. I gave you discernment to know some things that people will lie to you about, but you're still able to see. Can you see? Yes, I can see you very well. Well, you want to tell me what you know? Oh, you talk too much. Okay. So how about I talk about nothing at all? Now, those are to those ones, to my loved ones. We have to come to ourself, because it's a new version of yourself that you will never know if you don't give yourself a chance to say, I want to grow. I want to be able to know what else my mind and my body can do while I'm still in the physical. It is a such thing to know some things about yourself, so you can know what other things you was meant to do. You may be fast, but you was fast for a reason. Maybe it wasn't just because people would be running after you. Maybe because you'll be running for something, or something that takes some time, or maybe you could go the distance. There's many things that you can learn, some treasures about yourself, if you take a step back. Now, some people wonder why they have certain things happen to them, why they was born a certain way, why I can't see, why I have to get this. Well, was you a lovable person? Did you use your eyes to see well? For some that did have eyes that was able to see, and then later on they start getting worse, you're not using your eyes well. If your hearing is up and your hearing is going down, you didn't hear well. Who are you connected to? Who are you around? Somebody is taking your sight and your hearing from you. Surely someone doesn't want you to have happiness. Someone wants the best of the worst for you. Who was that? Whoever you in love entangled with. I slept with an enemy. I said, me? A queen was sleeping with who? I said, oh, well, this just got real. What I'm saying is, I shouldn't be here talking to you. So it's a miracle. Is it? Or is it just God's favor that's over my life? And said, no, no one can touch you. When I said, touch not my anointed, I mean that. That means that's for each and every one of you. If you got kids, it doesn't matter. If you disturb anything that comes from me, if you do anything that hinders or that goes against me, this is my will. And you stand to challenge me. I made you, and you still rise and go against me for the lesser part of me or the other God, that I made that is different from me don't love like I do, don't love you either. But you would have more respect for that one because it gave you things and gave you pleasures and gave you a job. And you said, "Oh, thank you, God. I didn't do that. That didn't come from me. What did you do? I wouldn't have told you to do anything to get something. All you would have had to do was love you, to love me, that I gave you that love. And I expected you, if I'm your best, who can be better than me? Then why wouldn't you treat yourself as I see you? If I'm your best, why can't you be your best for me?" I believe that. I started to work on that because I said that is true. Then I should hold myself. The Lord said, hold yourself. Be careful, men and women. You want to go and sleeping with people because they look good. He got where he's packing, or she's tight down there. She look like this, and you don't have no idea where her spirit is at. It's sirens. It's Eastern stars. It's these are people that do practice darkness because their hearts is dark. So when you're dealing in that spiritual realm, and your heart and your mind is not clean, you on drugs, if you high, if you doing all those things, and then you going into the realms and calling on the afterlife, but your mind and your spirit is not well. You high off of a high beam, and then you wishing something to happen to someone while you're on the low beam, somebody that's high up that you can't even catch, but you're wishing something on that one. Oh, listen, what happens is you get your own side effects, because nothing can happen to a righteous if it's in an unrighteous way, in a spiritual way. And if you get told to stop, don't do it. It's best to listen. I love African movies because they have such a profound way, even and they voodoo or whatever, but it still got principles. If you doing something to someone that should not, you should not. That's an innocent person. I see the repercussions, and they end up telling on themselves. They end up some way having some type of effects to backfire on themselves because of all the evil and wicked. It piles up. It got a certain measure of a point that it gets filled. What is fulfillment of sin? Is death. My goodness, of my people, you don't want to learn what that is. And you say, well, I want to live life stress. Then you should practice being your best. Don't hurt others because you need something to feel good about yourself. How are you able to feel some type of way by hurting someone else or making somebody else seem less real than who they are? All I'm saying is a way to go through this life and still be who you are. It's still a way to be able to stand and to say, I'm still standing. I'm still here. Listen to my ones, to whatever this covenant and however far it goes. Is a place called peace. And I can make it on both sides because I spoke to the other side, and the other side said, surely I can't touch you because you're covered. But if I could hurt you, I would. But you're protected. But we can hurt those around you, your loved ones. Please understand whatever I'm saying about me that was said to me is for all of God's ones. If it's personal to me, then surely you came after all. Are you trying to send a message? Are you trying to say that the Lord will not prevail? There's no such thing. Satan will always live because everybody's saying, oh, this world will always be the same. We will always be like this. We always going to be paying bills. We always going to be trapped. I'm like, where is these, my people? I just seen so many. I'm not talking about our woke ones, not even woke. I'm not talking about the ones that transitioned to our higher self, the ones that crossed over and we fought our way there. We fought our way back to our conscious state of mind. We don't have to be all the way, but it's better to be in a righteous state of mind than to be in a broken state, trying to figure out why is life harder than last time. I'm gonna count it all joy. That's all that I'm gonna tell you. Count it, because you have to look at whatever the measurement, however deep the pain is. That's how good it gotta be. If you endured and you did it righteously and safely. For those that did not use those principles, you should want to leave your old self. Be renewed and transformed to a newer version of yourself. Hold your integrity, hold your peace. Don't chase after things that's not befitting for you. If that man or woman don't love you to inspire you to be your best version of yourself, it's not willing to pray with you, but instead to argue or like to be with somebody else that has more negative energy, let those slow-minded people be to each other. Go. If you know that you're a lifesaver and you're the one that's a healer, to be a healer, to uplift and strengthen souls, so we can be able to say, I know my right from my wrongs. I know that this world was telling me to live life, and it seemed like I was living in the greatest way, but it was living life slower. It was getting shorter, and I had no idea. Before I looked up, I realized I had everything. By the time I opened my eyes, everything was gone completely. What was gone? Me. Myself, my identity. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know which way I was going. Oh. Could it be you was robbed by your enemy? The same one that said, come all, bring your children, come to the mall. You want, oh, Great Adventures is opened up. Oh, you want to go to Disneyland? I'm just saying, everything that it made to catch us in some way. Go to the games. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. So while you go into the crowd, I'm not saying, listen to what I'm saying. The arena of it is orchestrated by wickedness. So if it's operated by wickedness, what part would make sense that we have to come out of this? Because if it's going down, and we are part of the clown stuff. We work for their system. We in their government. We all into their world. You going into the big rooms. You going to rubbing elbows and shaking hands and making deals and making trails and thrills. And they make movies and show us. It's demonic here, but it looks nice. Oh, you can do all your vil passions. You could give up everything, your birthright, but you won't even know it. But we be taking your life little by little, and it's in our hands. And before you know it, you have a handler. I said, a handler? I said, what the hell do they be handling? They said, oh, they got to handle your mind, like, because we got to keep you in illusion. So we got to make sure that you don't snap out. Because if you snap out, we got to put you back in. Or we got to take you in the back, do some hocus pocus real fast, and then send you back. Listen, man. Listen, my people. To a system, to anything that says that is God, and it takes away our love. It takes away the support, the things that we're supposed to stand for. When they tell us to root for things of the same sex, or all these demonic things and porn and different things that can make us obsess. You get somebody obsessed with you. You want people that's obsessed with being obsessed, with control. I want to control that person. I want them. I want their energy. I want their mind. I want everything to be a part of me. I want everything to flow. No, you can't. I took back everything. I said, I want all my energy. I call back everything I gave and everything I did for anybody, even if I watch your babies. Listen, I'm not mean, but if you can't be respectful to the things that was already granted to you, and I was there to help you on your way, and it wasn't appreciated, and you walked away, then you just walked. Keep going. No, because if you turn your back on me, what did the Lord say? If you turn your back, you turned your back. I'm still standing. I'm not chasing after no one. That's what the Lord says. He's not going to chase after us. But if the Lord sends someone, say, you can't come to me unless you're sent by me. If you hurt anyone that was sent by me, you would have to make it right to the one that came from me. It is no other way. Either you do it yourself or it be made done another way. Whether you use someone else, use yourself, or a circumstance or situation, either way. These are the principles. I had to do it. I wasn't spared. I have to make amends with people, whether I knew that they was from the Lord or not. If you wronged somebody or you offended or hurt anybody, it's better to make correction with yourself and to correct yourself as you go, especially when you want to go the right way. Close all the doors. Don't leave nothing back from the past to hinder you and to want to grab you. If you don't close the doors, then you got the life of the past to come back to haunt you at any given time, and you don't know the time or the hour. Travel safe. Travel safely. Have safe travels. There was a song I had. Don't. It never comes to me when I'm live sometimes. But I said I'm gonna listen this time. The Lord loves us so much that the world don't. Your friends, family, all these other things. But when you pay attention to the love that you have, if no one else has it, why should you give up on yourself? Why shouldn't you not pick yourself up, brush your teeth, fix your hair, care about yourself, even if no one else do? But shouldn't you do it for you? Shouldn't you remind yourself of all the things you've been through, you and yourself? You've been through some hurdles. You sat there on the floor. You remember when you was confused. You remember when you cried in the pillow. You remember when the world didn't make no sense. I'm speaking for many of us. When things happen to us, Uncle, somebody didn't care. Somebody didn't protect us. Somebody didn't protect me. Somebody didn't make sure that I was safe. Somebody protected me. I had a wonderful childhood. I went through so many things. I traveled all around. Some people didn't get to travel. Some people did. Some people cried, some people lied, some people died. Somebody survived. Somebody made it out of all of those things that went wrong. Somebody made their wrongs all right. Somebody found something to love. Somebody found some joy in their life. If you didn't find nothing, then you didn't have nothing. You didn't find nothing that was worth the fight. You should have found something about you that you should fight for. If nobody else is there to fight for you, would you fight for you? Would you care about all the things that you care about? Or would you not care about it because nobody else care about it with you? Huh? I'm going to tell you, be your own person. Be your own love. Love everything. And even in spite of the things that you don't, but love everything because that's what the Lord made. And if the Lord made it, and if he said, I want you to be enhanced, then let the Lord enhance you. But if it's not for a medical reason, don't do things to turn yourself around to say, well, I want to look better for me. I'm doing this for me but if it's nothing wrong with you and you didn't have to fix nothing, your nose is not broken, your teeth is not crooked, it doesn't need a fixing, it's not life threatening, your stomach don't need to be flattened if you got to get on the table. I'm just saying, if you're not 600 pounds and it's not life threatening, listen to the key word. I said, if it's not life threatening, leave yourselves alone, because then you won't come to the Lord and the Lord not going to know you. You'll be like, the Lord is not answering. I've been talking to the Lord and it's not. Don't change who you are, what you are, to be something other than what you are, whether it's your appearance or whether it's to be appeasing to the opposite sex or whatever it is. What I'm saying, don't be deceivers of yourselves to others. The more damage that we do outside ourselves to others, that's where the karma starts. And if you come across this one was made of karma. I didn't make it. I didn't say, well, yeah, you want to be this. But If I'm already something, then I'm already that. So then, what you want me to do? That's too bad. That's what it is. Hey, young man. Any case, to my ones, I'm not going to talk any longer than this. So I enjoyed speaking to my ones, all my beloveds. Until next time. Oh, wait, a little bit more. I wanted to say something else. If I'm saying strong, I'm only strong because I had to be. And I was strong because I needed to be. If you have no one else, I have my mom, sisters, I had people, I have responsibilities. I had things that I was in charge over, which is someone else's life and making decisions. I said, oh man, surely. I said, this is something. If you find yourself having more responsibility or bigger responsibilities, especially one where you got to make big decisions, or whether it's owning a business or whether it's making a decision over your loved one's life, and you trying to make the best one because they're not going to be here, but you want them to be here. You want to give them the best resources or the best expansion of life that you can offer, being that you got to make a decision. You want to make the best one. What I'm saying is, I was put in those positions with doctors and talking to people and asking surgeons questions. I took up medical. I went to medical school. I did. I went to a few of them. Human anatomy, studying the body. That was interesting to me. I wanted to know how our body worked. So I was on my way in my early 20s. I'm in my 40s. I still look like I'm in my 20s. Thank you, Lord. Mm-mm-mm. So what I'm saying is, I learned to appreciate everything that I learned and what I experienced. And I learned that I don't need their schools to tell me who I am. I don't need society to tell me if my experience of life is equivalent to what they consider to be an experience. And your life don't even count. Because when we look at your resume, we want to know who sent you and who helped you. And if we didn't help you, then we can't use your experience. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't even let us be acknowledged in our own life existence. We don't even exist. Think about it. Listen to me. When you're writing out your resume, they want to know your experience. I don't care what job it is. If you got an auto or whatever it is, and your experience wasn't through school or wasn't through a trade, but it was something that you lived and you got practice on from grade age, and you know, from school age or whatever it was, and you had a mother or somebody to teach you how to work on cars or how to fix transmissions and how to do certain things, and somebody, you get what I'm saying, they're gonna tell you no, because who approved you, who saw you, how many years did you do, but who could vouch for you? Well, you call my grandpapa and you could. No, no, son, or no, that's not quite how it goes. You have to go to one of our schools. You have to come into the system. We have to tell you who we think you are, and we have to approve and say that you are these things and you had these many years experience, and we have to call other jobs and see if they know you and see what they say about you. You see what I'm saying? This world always telling us to worry about what other people think. I don't know if you see it that way, but that's the way I see it. He wants to know other people's opinion about what they think about you and how they feel. My ones, all I see is control. Control. Stay asleep. Stay asleep and obey. Don't ask questions. Stay asleep Spend your money. Obey. Don't ask questions. Excuse me. So when you see and think about what I'm saying, you can't ask questions. You're supposed to stay asleep and obey. Not the seasoning. So when you thinking about how nice this world is, how nice, yes, it is goodness. You better be the good thing that's in this world. I said, listen, if this world won't be crazy, at least the best thing I can do is be good, to be one of those good vessels that I could say that I am one of them that's in the world that's being good. I want to live. I don't even like being good because I don't like the word. It just seems like, everybody, I don't know. I like being my pure self, authentic, my real self, my natural self, my loving self, my friendly self. But yeah, I do got you. I got boundaries that you can't cross. So you mess up on me, that's too bad. Now all this smiling and nice face that goes out the door. That's a different. Listen, we all got different sides and segments. You're supposed to. If somebody's taking advantage and you know that they're being funny, you got to say, "Hey, listen, no more clowning. It's not funny. I'm not laughing with you. You need to straighten up. You need to be better than what you was thinking and what you was accustomed to. It's time to grow up." Let me tell you, in case y'all didn't know this, but I'm gonna say it because I think y'all get it. It's so many older, younger people like never before, and so many younger, older people like never before. Let me explain. The older people that's up in the age 60s and 50s and 60s and up, 70s and 80s, some of them are just that age, but they're not grown up. They're still babies, teenagers, children that didn't develop. So they couldn't wake up. Now you got the younger ones, but they older. Their spirit is older, they wiser. They're a little fast. Their spirits is being careful. Some of them are becoming wiser than the oldest. So what did the Lord out of the mouths of babes? I'm not like to preach out of the Bible and all that because I'm not a Bible studies and all that. What I am doing is telling us where God is at, and that's not it. You have to be what you say God is, and you have your spirit and your consciousness of who you are and how you treat people and how we perceive people as we go, whether you're in your job, whether you're at home, you're aspiring, uplifting, and the ones that come to change our life. If you do a life change and it inspires somebody to change their life to see in a different way, that is not an ordinary person. That's not a everybody type of person. That's an amazing type of person because who is able to come in somebody's life and to leave and to change their life miraculously, and everybody included. Those people are called life changers. These are people we need in the world. We need somebody to feel something. There's too much testosterone. Of course, there's too many. Who think is who penis is bigger, Paul's or Peter's? You see, there's so many, and they said this is a man's world. This is a man's world. Why? Menstrual. Everything that deal with the men sometimes give us addict. I'm not telling us not to love men, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm talking to divine, masculine men that is heterosexual only, not into all kinds of threesomes. And I'm talking about a righteous man that came out of playing in the playground. After you came from playing in the playground, you got dirty, you played in the mud, you got scraped up, and you did all those things. After you wash up, you put some clean your sores up and put some bandage on, or you let yourself heal. You don't supposed to go back out there. You finish with that. You're supposed to be, I had enough of that life. When a man or a woman is finished being hurt, being used, being tormented, being used and abused, being played with, whether it's with rituals or everything is not spells. Like dealing, going to get graveyard dirt and all that. Some people's not that to that degree. Some just speak envious things bitterly. into other people, and they sit there and they listen. If you ever have a man or a woman to listen to somebody to run down on you that you've been with, that you even cared about, but because they can't see anything good, they want to be in the in crowd. They want to be with the people that don't like you because they feel some type of way. Now they got people to sit with don't like you either. They love you, but they don't know how to be, because that means they would have to leave a world that is heartless. And because that's a heartless world to my ones, why is it different for me to see? No, I don't get caught up on the things that people say. Uh, I did laugh and do some things, but no, it's not to laugh at the misunfortunate. The misunfortunate is to look at, when I see it, I see so many of our people going the wrong way. How many of our lineage is being hurt? How many of us that we are sacrificing or losing, that we burying, that could have been a part of life, that could have been uplifted? What could that soul do, or could have been, that it's not here? Why would we take out ourselves, whether we're doing it and we saying it's naturally or unnatural, whichever way it is? And it's not natural for us to take away our own. And it's not natural for us to hate on our mothers or the mothers that bring us our children. We are the mothers that give life to both. And we say, well, the Lord is is masculine because it gets angry. And so are we. Are we not protectors of our own babies as women, as creators, as mother that give life to all nations? The men are the protectors. They are there to nurture and protect whatever it is that we put out. That is the order. It is a balance. It's not, well, how come I can't? How come I can't have the babies? How come y'all get to have all the babies? Because that's the way the Lord made it. You see, nobody's really arguing, well, how come men can't get pregnant? They understand this is the system. So why can't we follow that? If every other creature and culture follows that order, the women cultivate, the men's nurture, or especially in our species, because the animal kingdom can be a little tricky sometimes, depending on if we're talking about the water creatures in the water world or on land. Either way, what I'm saying is everybody stay in their lane. The mothers, the cubs, protect their own babies. We protect our loved ones. It's no different from the Most High. We're all the people and all our loved ones, whether they're here or on the other side. If they're on the other side, you ain't did nothing but bring a surprise, because those are the ones that can't see and they don't know who you're walking with. They don't know what faith you got. They don't know what steam you come from. They don't know what your makeup is. Oh, I want to know. No, mind your own. Because if you wanted to know, you would be my friend. You would have been able to sit. You would have been close to me. Those, if people walk away from you, let them walk away. Don't chase after nobody that didn't think that they should chase after you. They don't think you should fight, that you should be worthy to fight for after you fought for them. And they can't see nothing. Y'all can't get mad, because I see it as they was weak, so they couldn't fight for me because they couldn't fight for themselves. Even if someone, even I had a brother, even if they, regardless of someone couldn't take care of me, but I know I have the ability and I know what to do. I can take care of them. Do I not do it because they don't know? They don't know how to do it themselves. So no, I didn't feel no type of way of somebody doing something, or I'm doing, caring, or being a caregiver to someone else that wouldn't, if they had a position or they was able, or if it was the vice versa, would they be able to care for me? The answer is probably no, but I'm okay with that because I'm gonna do it anyway, because I know that I'm gonna fight for you the way that you would fight for you. But you can't do it, but I'm gonna do it the way how you would do it for you if you was doing it. You see, that's how I am. I'll fight for a person that wants to be fought for. In a way, they would fight for themselves if they couldn't do it. But I'm not a just enabler. I'm not enabling anybody or disabling. Let people learn to do and stand for themselves. If someone is getting karma, it's best thing to do is not stand there, because whatever they karma is on you too. If you're a backbiter, if you're a person that's in the fence and you just neutral, well, those are neutral spirits that look for people that wants to be in the middle and watching and don't say nothing. I wrote down some of their names, but I can't think of it, all of them right now. But I'm gonna just say all the 7 sins. If you come out of them, you got a chance to win. The enemy can't do nothing unless you have a weakness that it can identify with. And if it has nothing, it can't use nothing on you because you don't care about nothing that it cares about. And none of the people that it use, you don't think like them. So they can't really get close to you. You don't have nothing in common. Once you identify yourself, you measure every standard to your standard of your goodness of yourself. So it'd be easy for you to know who's not sent by the Most High. If you know who you are and you sent by the Most High and that spirit got a problem and can't get itself right with you, yeah, dismiss it peacefully. I'm through with you. I release you. And that's it. Be you. Love everything about you. Care about everything that you care about, even when we don't feel like it. Even if you don't have everything you need, but you need everything you have. And everything you have, you need, which is yourself. You're going to need yourself when you feel bad. You're going to need yourself when you feel good. You're going to need yourself when you can't figure it out. It's you and yourself can't figure it out. Who else is there to do all those things with you and be confused and be found with you? It's you. Be excited. Be regenerated about yourself. Get something, find a way to be reunited. Be reunited with yourself. Find a way to love yourself and be reconnected and say, damn, me and myself went through a lot. If you didn't do a lot and you didn't grow, if you didn't learn your life lessons, you'll be able to tell how far somebody else is where their level's at if you walk away. If you elevate it and if that person stayed exactly the same, they did nothing to change, then free yourself and walk away and say, bye, have a nice day.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye for now. Proceeds to extend it more.
So, I'm finished for now.
Are you on my short commute?
Have a good night, good morning, wherever you are, and have peace and blessings. And good night or good morning.
You want to say it again?